Hello everyone, this is Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday so far. Welcome to my channel, and I'm super excited today. I'm not sure why. I think it's because it's my day off, Saturday, and I get to share my completed Valentine journal with you. I'm contemplating going to my favorite thrift shop today. So what I'm here for right now is just to do a flip through of this journal, and so we'll just get started with that so we don't take too much of y'all's Saturday or whenever you're watching this. But I have the completed Better Homes and Gardens magazine journal. It's TN insert size, or standard TN Travelers Notebook, 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. It's stitched, sewn together with. I used burgundy because I used burgundy thread throughout the sewing in this one. I also had some burgundy wax cord, so that was perfect for the binding. And so I've described the pages in my previous video that I did last night and uploaded, but so I won't go into detail about the pages, but I'll tell you where they came from again. And then I have the charm that I talked about here, the bronze pin, charm, and key here. And I noticed my video last night was blurry in one spot, and that's because I film on my phone. I do everything on my phone. I don't have any special equipment. So, please excuse me for that, or excuse my camera. There's nothing I can do about it except try not to do what I think causes that. So that's what I'm going to do today. But this is the cover. It came out really well. Like I stated before, it has 3 layers, so it's nice and sturdy. And actually the trim is a 4th layer, and the pockets are a 4th layer. So nice and sturdy, even though it's, the front part is magazine, you've got a hard inside layer. So as we get started on the flip through, I have the pocket here in front, and let's see, I put one of the letters that I talked about last night in here as a journaling spot. You can write on the back, or you can even tear these up and use them in collages or whatever, because it would make a great little, torn up piece, like a book page. So whatever you want to do with that, I just think they came out really pretty. So I put one here in this front pocket. And what else do I have in here? I like to get everything back into to the way I had it, but sometimes it's a little difficult on camera. I have one of these tags that I showed in a couple of videos ago, calling these my grunge kind of tags, where I used different pieces of paper and some trim here, and that's sewn on. Sewn is blank on the back for writing. And then a journaling card from this Valentine kit that I used to make this journal, part of the pages anyway. And that's sewn around, and it's blank on the back with manila folder, so it's nice and sturdy, and you can write on the back. This is a page from JD's challenge. I've got a used postage stamp here and a postmark, and then here a fold out with a little collage here, and then just some Valentine-y kind of items here on the inside of the page. And then you can actually write around in here. I think that looks pretty when you write in between things and just go with the flow of whatever space you have to write on. So I think that's really cool when I see that in journals. This is a February Edith Holden page. So I've got 2 little lovebirds on this side, and here we have cupids on this side with, I love the font in that in the Edith Holden book. And this is just a coffee dyed page for writing, or whatever you want to put on there. This is a page from the Valentine kit that is double-sided, so you can see that design. This is all the magazine pages. Like I said, I used red or burgundy thread, and they have coffee dyed paper on the back, except for the Daphne's Diary. The Better Homes and Gardens has the coffee dyed paper on the back. So this is the Better Homes and Gardens page, which I thought went well with this journal, this pretty picture here. And I put some trim This is actually seam binding, but I thought it was just so pretty, and it does have flecks of kind of shiny threads in it, so it was a really pretty seam binding. This is tracing paper. This is Daphne's diary. This is one of the Valentine type pages that was in her magazine, this first magazine of 2019. I didn't want to cut off this strip. Sometimes I'll just make a fold over or fold up so I don't have to cut off a strip, because you know, what am I going to do with this if I cut it off? Probably throw it away and waste it. So I feel like, you know, it's cool just to fold it over and not waste that little strip of cool, you know, prettiness. So here's another Valentine cookie page from the Better Homes and Gardens, and I have the thin rickrack there as trim. And I put, this is a piece of double-sided, oh no, this was single-sided, which I pink dyed on this side. And I put found this in, I had bought a bag of trims at a thrift store, and this was in there. I just went through it last night looking through things to see if I could, you know, if I wanted to add anything, and I found this. It's like, I mean, the only way I know to describe it is it's an applique, possibly, and I just thought it looked pretty. I just put it right there, and I think it adds a lot to that page. And then here's another Daphne's diary with a fold out, and then magazine, Better Homes and Gardens magazine with a pink rickrack trim, a pink heart doily. This is Daphne's diary with a pocket. You know, my pockets are sewn around because it's a fold up, and then I sew around them. But in here I've got Carolina American Tours luggage tag, which has lots of space for writing, and I put some little trims up here, so that I thought that came out cute. And then this is, last night I showed you that I was putting time cards in my shop, and I was going to be experimenting, so I already started experimenting last night. So I just cut one in half off for this, and kind of made just a journaling spot, or journaling card. And it is a distress around the edges, and I stamped a butterfly right here, which is another experiment, because I hadn't really used my distress ink for, you know, Tim Holtz or whatever, whoever makes it, distress ink for stamping, and I wanted to try that because I thought, you know, it would come out really kind of vintage looking, and it did. That's how I got this dragonfly, just by using my stamp with the Tim Holtz or whoever makes it, like I said, distress, you know, the vintage photo, and that's how it came out. So I think it really looks neat. So that's a journaling card. And then I have a bridge tally card in here. So, and that's an older one. So that's in there in that pocket. And then another magazine page here, pretty flowers. Those look like daffodils. So a really pretty page. This is I'm calling it medium size graph paper because the squares are not tiny. And this is the one where I did the border punch, and then the pocket, or the double-sided cardstock with a sewn, you know, side pocket. And in here I put one of my pink dyed guest checks and one of the button cards that I showed last night. So, and I left this, you know, I like to leave some things that I put in here as ephemera for the person that gets this to have fun with. You cut up, decorate, whatever you want. So that's why I left that guest check basically blank, so you can have fun with that. This is the paper from the pattern that I put in here as a page. Another Better Homes and Gardens page, and that is pretty flowers. Then a heart doily, a white one. And this is another time card that I experimented with. This one I used the whole time card, and I sewed it into an envelope. It's got the red stitching on it. I stamped another, just a, you know, vintage photo ink dragonfly right there, and I put one of the journaling cards in here. So then that fit in there perfectly, and you can put whatever you want in there. It's sewn and it feels really strong. And I just rounded the corners right here And I left these corners straight so I could just sew them on and it would look like an envelope, and then rounded the corner so the flap would have that nice rounded corner. And it's right here with this pretty paper clip. But that's another piece of experimenting I did last night with the time cards. So I thought that came out cute. And I like all the lines you can write on there or decorate it, whatever you want further. A page from the magazine, and some ledger paper where I did the border punching. Some of the double-sided cardstock where I did the heart stitching here on both sides. You can't, I mean, it's not on both sides, but you just stitch it, and of course it is on both sides because it's just a single layer there with the stitching. And then the pockets. And this one I've got just one of the card catalog index cards, and it's blank on the back, and you can decorate that too. I was tempted to go ahead and decorate it, but I thought, I need to leave some fun for the person that gets this. And this is just, I was experimenting with the dragonfly, and I thought this little piece of paper came out so cute, so I just stuck it in here to have fun with. This is Daphne's diary page, and I've got a little flower here I put on there, and then this is the middle, which I thought was really pretty and perfect for this Valentine journal with the vintage children here. And then on the burgundy threads from the binding, I put some really pretty silver beads here. And then I put a little banner up here on the back of that Daphne's diary page. And then here in this pocket, I've just got another journaling card that I made from the other half of that time card. So, and I put a dragonfly on there also, so that can be written on and further decorated. And then just a little tiny journaling card. This was from the Better Homes and I think that was from the Better Homes and Gardens magazine, that I just made into a tiny journaling card, and then it's sewn around and has the strings hanging off there, so it's kind of almost looks like a tag. So then this is the back half of what you've already seen, and if there's anything different I'll let you know from the front. I've got a pocket, the side pocket here. I've got this, one of my grungy tags, and then the rest of this is little memo note paper. This one had hearts on it, so I thought that was good to include in here. And just some things you can use for journaling and decorating and having fun with. I did put a zigzag stitch on here. And then here I've got just, this is an old, actually these paper clips are smaller than normal. I found these in my favorite vintage shop here in my town where I live, and they're not anything special except for they're smaller than normal, and they're old. And if you compare old paper clips to new paper clips, you'll see that sometimes the metal is a little different, and also some of them are actually really thick. So they did actually used to make them thicker. And this is some like old seed packets I have in my stash. I picked this one out because I thought it was pretty with the pink trim. And I added a label right here. This is a vintage label. And I added a little tiny collage right there. So you can write on there. You can further decorate this. And actually I have something in here. Let me see. A few pieces of ephemera. Let me see if I can get them out. So I've got a journaling card in there, and a tag, and a little tag. And this one's blank, so you can decorate that. And this one's actually, kind of blank, so you can also have some fun with that and decorate it and write all over the back of that one, or whatever you'd like to do. You can make pockets out of those or tuck spots. So that was, that's included right there. And then, this is the Daphne's diary page with a pocket on the back half here. I've got a journaling card, that one's sewn around, and this is a pocket, an envelope I made out of a book page, and that's sewn all the way around too. So, just something to have fun with, and you can decorate that I was so tempted to decorate it, but I left it for whoever gets this. You can rubber stamp on here, do collaging, you know, whatever you want to do. Just glue on some trim right on it. So that's that pink doily. This is the magazine page with the pink rickrack, Daphne's diary. There's a pretty little paper clip bead dangle here with silver, pretty flower bead on there. I thought that went well with the Valentine theme. The other half of the cookie page. I've got a tiny collage here with a little ticket and a little tiny white kind of a silky bow. The Daphne's diary page. Tracing paper. Magazine. The cardstock. The coffee dyed paper and the Edith Holden. This is the other half of JD's challenge page. And then we're at the back pocket. I've got a little secret kind of journaling spot right there with that postage stamp and the postmark, and then all of this room to write. And then here in the back page I have another letter with, you know, and aged and coffee dyed. So that is right in there for you. And then I've got a, I was calling these, they're kind of grunge tags, but they're also paper bag made. The back part is made out of a brown paper bag, so I'm calling them my paper bag tags, and it's a little collage there that came out really cute. You can write on the back or make it into a pocket or a tuck spot. And then the little book that I showed in my video last night. Hope this is not messing up because I'm a little bit higher. Let me move over here so I don't mess up my focus. But it's just a little book that I showed last night with the, you know, kind of a mini journal. And you can do further decorating on that, writing, you know, whatever you want to do there. Just some fun stuff. So I think I put lots of fun stuff in here. And the surprise pack, I don't usually show the surprise pack that comes along with my journals because it is going to be a surprise. And so, you know, I'll be including extra things from this Valentine kit that I used. And then I just go through my stash and include some, you know, different things, like maybe some washi tape or some trims and just whatever I think someone would like to have fun with in the journal they're getting. So I'm going to my favorite thrift store today, and I would like to do a thrift with me video if I can. I tried to do one once before and I couldn't get it going because I couldn't connect to Wi-Fi at that particular store. So today I thought, well, I'll try Wi-Fi. It is downtown, so they do have public Wi-Fi. I'll try Wi-Fi, and if it doesn't work, maybe I can just try a hotspot. It's the only two ways I know of doing it. So anyway, hopefully I'll have a thrift with me later today or tomorrow. And this thrift store is awesome. So it has it's packed to the gills. And it's a mom and pop type thrift store. So sometimes, and usually, those are the best types of thrift stores. They just have, you know, things that no one else has and stuff like that. So anyway, I'll let you go. I hope you all have a great Saturday, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.